So how to start with steadybit, or how to start in general with chaos engineering? Most of the times there was an incident. So let's take a look at the incident. What went wrong in the past? That's something you can protect in the future. That's something you can use to create and check for in a kind of experiment. So you can just use the data from the last incident to create an experiment that you can now execute, but in a pre-production environment, so not in production. You need to shift into a more proactive approach. Don't sit in front of production and wait for the next incident. No, use the already existing incidents to turn them into a kind of regression test. That's how you can improve in a proactive way, and you can do it in a very easy and safe way with steadybit, because after the first installation, we are able to discover your system, and we are also able to find so-called weak spots in your system. So it's like, based on the data we have discovered, there are already some findings. You don't need to execute any kind of experiments, but you can see in which areas of your system you have a risk. That's a good starting point for you. So what's getting me excited on KubeCon is like this very positive feedback about how easy you can do chaos engineering with steadybit. It's like we are doing a lot of demos here at the booth, and it's always like, okay, chaos engineering, it's a very complicated and maybe also a very risky topic. So how should I start? And then we are doing a demo, and the people are telling us, wow, that's so easy to start, and you can do it in a very small blast radius. So it's a very nice feedback we are getting. Something special I would like to mention is, of course, in one of the first questions there was like mentioned by me extension. So there's the extension concept that you can extend steadybit to your own needs. It's open sourced, and you can use steadybit for free. And the second announcement I would like to make is, one of our biggest customers I'm very proud of is Salesforce, and they are now doing a joint webinar with us on May 11. And they are talking about what they have achieved with steadybit at the scale of Salesforce, how they are using it, and also they are sharing some findings and how they were able to improve their system. To improve your organization, to be prepared for this kind of outages, you need to create resiliency. You need to create a resilient organization. And by talking about resilience, it's about the whole organization, the whole system. It's not like limited to your tech stack. It's about, okay, can you see an outage? Can you see a failure? How fast are you able to detect any functions in your system which are not working quite good? And is your team trained for this kind of outage? Do they know what they now need to do? Or is it like they are all getting in stress and panic mode and they are trying to fix something, but this kind of fix is more like the next outage? So you need to train yourself, you need to train your organization, your system, your tech stack, and that's called resilience. Downtime, it's a very hard way to get in contact with your customers. So if there is downtime, the customers are not able to use your product. They are not able to experience what you have created, what you have built, and so you would like to protect downtime. And we are not able to be 100% without any failures. That's something we need to handle. So we need to train our system, our organization to handle downtime, to handle failures. So how does steadybit work? Steadybit is like, there's one central platform, and this platform is connected to agents, and the agents are installed in your system. So you can install an agent on a virtual machine inside of your Kubernetes cluster. You can connect your, let's say, AWS account, so on cloud provider level as well. And then those agents are collecting constantly all the moving parts in your system, like containers, like processes, like pods, like services, applications, load balancers, RDS instances, whatever. And we are all getting it in one place in the platform. And that's the starting point where steadybit can do the analyze for you. Like, okay, how is your system looking like? Who is talking to which internal service? Are there any internal connections? And that's the basis, the base for now create the first experiment. Like, okay, now we know this service is calling 3 other services internally. Let's check what does it mean if this service is responding slow. Are we able to survive this kind or not? And we can inject many different kind of attacks, but also we can verify how your system is reacting. So it's not like only to pick up a hammer from the toolbox to hit your system and to verify that the hammer is working. That's boring. You need to verify how your system and organization is is working under bad conditions. And therefore we have some verification, so you can check specific endpoints, you can check your monitoring solution if there are any errors coming in, and so on. And on top of that, we learn from our customers that every system is a tiny snowflake, so you need to be able to extend steadybit to your own needs. That's why we released a new feature called extensions. So you can create your own attacks, you can create your own discovery components, your own verification steps in a very easy and open source way with steadybit. So what is chaos engineering? Chaos engineering is like, you would like to know how reliable your system is. So you are injecting bad behavior to test, can you survive this kind of outage? Can you survive like a spike in latency? Can you survive a specific outage of a service, of a zone of a cloud provider? That's something you need to know, and you need to know it before you go into production. Because in production, there's already a lot of chaos, and production is not a lovely place. It's like a place, or maybe production hates you. Production would like to kill you. So you need to be prepared for that. So with steadybit, you are able to start with chaos engineering in the easiest possible way. Because chaos engineering is a very hard topic. You need to know a lot about how to do it, where to start, what is the best first experiment I can run in my stack. And that's where steadybit comes in. That's where we can analyze your system, we can discover your system, and we can inject bad behavior. For example, in zone outage or latency in your system, or maybe the service is not responding. And we are also doing it in combination with your existing load tests. So for example, you have maybe a K6 load test, a JMeter, a Gatling load test. steadybit will use this kind of load test, will execute it, and will inject bad behavior, like an outage, or maybe package corruption on network layer. And we are also using your monitoring solutions like Datadog, New Relic, Instana, Prometheus to consume all the events during an outage to show you what's going on in your system.